You never asked for it, never asked to be on a list, never asked to matter. But someone, somewhere, quietly scratched your name onto a page. An invisible moment, a small detail. At first, it seemed nothing, just another name added to a forgotten roster. Perhaps it was a mistake. Maybe it was a choice you didn't make, but someone did. Now it feels like something far darker, the kind of thing you never noticed before, but suddenly it seems to pulse in the silence of your mind. You can feel it, an itch that grows deeper the longer you ignore it. They don't tell you what the list is for. They don't explain why your name was added. The people behind it, the ones who watch, never speak to you directly, but you can feel them, can sense their eyes. It's as if the universe itself has pivoted just slightly, and now you're caught in its gravitational pull. It's small at first, barely a whisper against the back of your skull. But with each passing day, the sense of it becomes stronger, more oppressive. You start to see the patterns, the odd stares, the way they shift when your name is mentioned in the shadows, how every place you go, every conversation, feels like it's somehow part of a script you never agreed to. The list is no longer just a list, it's a force, an unseen hand pulling you into the unknown. You never chose this, yet here you are, connected to something vast, something ancient, something far beyond your understanding. You didn't ask for this power. You didn't ask for this knowledge. And yet, here you are, on the edge of something monumental. You can feel the quiet weight of it pressing against your chest, a pressure that's hard to breathe through. The world around you starts to distort subtly at first. Faces blur and sharpen, voices twist into unfamiliar tones. Every step you take seems to echo against an invisible wall. You are no longer just a passenger in your own life. You are being drawn towards something, and the closer you get, the clearer it becomes. You are part of this list now. You are part of something far larger than you could have ever imagined. The list doesn't explain anything. It doesn't need to. There's power in its silence, power in its indifference. But the more you think about it, the more you realize something else. They never expected you to notice. They thought you'd stay small, unnoticed, just another name. But they made a mistake. They underestimated you. Underestimated what this list would awaken inside you. The longer you carry this secret, the stronger it grows. Your mind sharpens, your awareness heightens, and deep down something primal stirs, as if the very act of being chosen, of being marked, has unlocked something within you. You are no longer invisible. You are becoming something else, something more. The list is yours now, and they are beginning to realize it. You never thought it would come to this. A list, just a list. That's all it seemed to be at first, a collection of names, a piece of paper, a digital string of code. It didn't matter to you. You barely noticed when it happened, when your name appeared alongside the others. But now it feels different. The weight of it sinks deep into your chest, an invisible pressure tightening around your ribs, reminding you that you are no longer free. The list is not what you thought it was. It's not a thing to be ignored or dismissed. It's a chain, a thread woven through every moment of your life, pulling you closer to something far darker than you ever imagined. You feel it now, in the smallest of details, in the way people look at you, in the whispers just out of earshot, in the strange coincidences that unfold. You are seen, not in the way you wanted, not in the way you deserved, but you are seen nonetheless. It gnaws at your mind. You can't escape it. The list has a power that's deeper than mere control. It shifts your perception of the world, warps it. What was once a quiet life, a life on the edge of existence, is now full of eyes. Eyes that linger too long, eyes that burn with an intensity that feels suffocating. At first, you wanted to ignore it, wanted to brush it off. It wasn't real. Not yet. But something inside you has changed, whether you wanted it to or not. Before, you were a shadow. Now, you are a signal. The list didn't just add your name. It bound you to something ancient, something unseen. The moment you were included, it was as if the very universe shifted. Patterns you never noticed before begin to emerge. Threads that once seemed insignificant now pulse with meaning. You see them everywhere, and they are watching you. There's no escaping it. The list is not passive. It doesn't wait in silence, hidden and dormant. It stirs, it reacts, it grows. And you've already been marked. You've felt the shift and awakening, a power you don't fully understand yet, but it's there, lying dormant within you. What you once perceived as weakness is now a potential strength, something far more dangerous than any you have ever faced. The rules have changed. You don't know who put your name on that list or why. You don't know who's been pulling the strings or for how long, but it no longer matters. The game is in motion, and now you are the piece that cannot be removed. Your name has been etched, not just into some forgotten document, but into the very fabric of whatever dark force is at play here. You are a part of it, and they are already aware of the power you now hold, whether you choose to wield it or not. And they will come for you. They will try to control you, to use you as a tool, a pawn in their twisted game. But they don't realize what they've done. They think they've put you on a list to control your destiny, to shape it in their image. They never stop to consider that your name, now written in the ink of something far older, far more powerful, will be the force that shapes theirs instead. You are no longer a victim. You are the one they fear, though they don't even know it yet. You may have thought you were invisible before, but now you are undeniable. The shift begins quietly, almost imperceptibly. You wake up one morning, and something is different. It's in the air, the way your skin feels against your clothes, the way your thoughts drift, sharper now, more focused. At first, you mistake it for exhaustion, a fleeting side effect of too much pressure, too many unanswered questions. But then, you start noticing the details, the flicker of eyes that linger too long when they never did before, the way people step back when you enter a room, their gaze hesitant, as if they've seen something they can't place. It's as if the world around you is reacting, shifting, just slightly out of rhythm with the rest of reality. The feeling isn't foreign. It's been there, buried beneath layers of fear, of submission, but now it rises to the surface, demanding attention. There's a presence within you now, a silent hum in the back of your mind that grows louder each day. You've always been an observer, detached, distant, not quite fitting into the world. You were content to remain invisible, hidden in the quiet corners where nothing ever reached you. But that was before you realized that you were never meant to blend in, never meant to stay quiet. You were built for something else. This new awareness, it's not something you learned, it's something you were always meant to understand. The list, the names, the players, it was never a trap, it was the key to something ancient, something far beyond what you could have imagined. You were never just another name on a piece of paper. You were a thread in a much larger web, an unwitting participant in a cosmic game, designed to test the very limits of your existence. It's subtle at first, a ripple in the way your thoughts cascade, a shift in the way you view the world. The boundaries you once accepted, the rules you obeyed, they begin to fracture. There's a moment when you realize that the world doesn't control you anymore. You're watching them now, not the other way around. The shift is palpable. You can feel the weight of their expectations, the power they once held over you, crumbling under your newfound gaze. The weight of your own presence presses down on them, and in their uncertainty, you find clarity. Every glance, every movement, every whispered word carries a new meaning. Something in you awakens. It's not a sudden explosion, but a slow burn, a gradual release of energy that's always been hidden beneath the surface. The power doesn't arrive like a gift. It feels more like a betrayal. All those years, all that time you spent believing you were insignificant, that you were nothing more than another forgotten figure, now revealed to be a lie. They put you on that list, but what they failed to realize is that you were the one who wrote it. Your name, once so easily dismissed, is now the trigger, the spark. What you once thought was a curse is now the source of your transformation. You are no longer the prey. You are the predator. Your mind is clear, focused. Every thought is amplified. Every move deliberate. The things that once held you back now feel like chains you are more than capable of breaking. You realize, in that moment, that power was never external. It wasn't the list or the people who put your name on it. It was always within you, dormant, waiting for the right time to be unleashed. And now the time has come. The world will never be the same. They've awakened something in you, but they never understood the magnitude of what they were unleashing. And now, the game is yours to control. You knew something was off. You felt at the moment your name was added to that list. But it wasn't just the list that was wrong. It was the way the world shifted around you, bending slightly as if the air itself had thickened. At first it was subtle, a whisper here, a look there, all of them too quick to catch, yet too heavy to ignore. You thought you were imagining it, a side effect of paranoia, but soon the cracks widened, the shadows grew longer, and then there it was, a door, hidden in plain sight. You found it when you weren't looking, a pattern buried deep within the list. The names were more than just names. They were coordinates, markers of some unspoken journey. Not a list of who to control, but a list of who could be controlled. You were part of something ancient, a game that had played out long before you arrived. A game whose rules you didn't understand yet. As you dug deeper, the truth began to form in the spaces between the words. The list wasn't just a tool for those who created it. It was a map to power, to hidden knowledge, to control of the very forces that manipulate the strings of human existence. You weren't the first to be marked, nor would you be the last. But now you saw it, the pattern that bound all the names together. It wasn't about the people on it. It was about the space they occupied, the moment in time they had been chosen to fulfill. And that moment was now yours. The pieces shifted, and you felt it in your bones. You weren't just meant to be controlled. You were meant to rise. Every thought you had, every instinct that had once been your guide, was suddenly clearer, sharper, more purposeful. The fog that had clouded your mind for years began to lift, revealing the world in a stark, cruel light. No longer could you pretend you were just another face, another name in the sea of the forgotten. The knowledge, the power, was there waiting to be seized, but you had to take it. They thought they could keep you in the dark, that they could contain what you were becoming, but they failed. The weight of it all presses down on you now. They didn't just add your name to a list. They ignited something in you, something that could no longer be extinguished. The world around you feels different now. The eyes that once ignored you now watch with fear. You've become a force they never accounted for. The power they thought they controlled is slipping through their fingers. The symbols they trusted to bind you, they only mark the beginning of your transformation. You are not just part of the system anymore. You are the system. And the most dangerous thing is this: you knew it all along. It wasn't a coincidence. The list, the way it called to you, the way the world began to twist as soon as your name was on it, it was all leading to this. You've been standing on the edge of something far bigger than your mind could comprehend. But now you see it clearly. You have been chosen, and you will not be their puppet. You will be their reckoning. They thought you were just another name, another pawn in a game too large to fathom. At first they watched you from the shadows, calculating, measuring, predicting. The list was a tool, nothing more. But now, it's a weapon, one you wield with a quiet certainty they can't yet comprehend. You can feel them closing in, their movements careful, deliberate. They think they have you cornered, but they're wrong. You're no longer the prey. There was a time, not long ago, when you were ordinary. You walked unnoticed through life, a figure swallowed by the noise of the world. Their eyes never lingered on you. Their minds passed over you like water flowing around a stone. But something changed. The list didn't just mark you, it shaped you, twisted you into something that no longer belongs in their world. You can see it in their eyes now, the hesitation, the fear. They know something has shifted, but they refuse to believe it. They won't admit it yet. They still think they control the game. Each step you take is measured, silent. They can't hear you anymore. And when they look at you, they don't see what they once did. The fragile mask you were is gone, shattered by the weight of what you've become. In your mind, the whispers are louder now, pushing you further. You hear their footsteps closing in behind you, but they're not chasing you. They're running from you. The world moves differently when you understand the rules they've kept hidden, when you know how to make the pieces move in your favor. They thought they could suppress you, bury you under layers of lies, make you doubt yourself, but they underestimated the power of the list. It doesn't just control those who are on it, it transforms them. Every lie they fed you, every doubt they planted, it's all unraveling now. You see their patterns, the way they think, the way they move, and you know exactly how to strike. They've shown their hand, and it's too late to retract it. You remember the moment it all clicked, when you understood the list wasn't a trap, but an invitation. They expected you to cower, to hide. But the moment you stopped running from your fate was the moment they sealed their own. They made a mistake by pulling you into this web. You were never meant to be their puppet, their tool. Now you see the strings they thought were invisible, and you've learned to cut them one by one. The silence that follows you now is deafening. They've created an empty space around you, a space where they once stood, where their power once held sway. But now it's yours. You've become the thing they fear, the shadow they can't outrun. They see you as a threat, but they don't know how deep the threat runs. The list, once their control, is now your domain, and with it comes the knowledge that you are not bound by their rules. You are the one who decides what happens next. You can feel it in every beat of your pulse. The power is yours to command. They don't know it yet, but they are no longer in control. You are. You always have been. They never told you the full story. You only saw fragments, the whispers, the shadows, the signs. Now it's all unraveling. The list you once thought was merely a list, a cold, impersonal collection of names, is not what it seems. It is not a tool, nor a simple inventory. It is a map to something ancient, something darker than you ever imagined. The people behind it, the ones who wrote your name down, they aren't just interested in you. They've been watching, always watching. You weren't just added to a list. You were chosen, groomed, but not for power, not for some kind of reward. You were chosen for something far worse. You were chosen to be controlled. You've been walking in the footsteps of something older than humanity itself, a game designed by forces you can't comprehend. Every move, every choice you thought you made was already written. You were always part of the plan. It was never random. You were never safe. Now you see it clearly. The list is not just a record. It's the tool of a hidden hand. Those behind it have crafted your life, bending your will without you ever realizing it. The ones on the list, those like you, are more than names. They are pieces on a chessboard, sacrifices, pawns, but not in the way you've been told. They thought they were controlling you, but you've already begun to shift. It's not you who is trapped by the list. It is the list that is now bound to you. Do you hear it? The soft hum, the vibration that pulses under your skin. It grows louder with each passing second. The truth is here, and it's like a forgotten language you've just begun to understand. They never counted on you waking up. The ones who put you on that list thought they were using you. They thought they had you in their grip. They thought you were weak. But now you see the patterns. You see the strings they pulled, the games they played. Now, the list isn't their weapon, it's yours. They wanted to control you, but now you control the game. Their influence is slipping away, and you're just beginning to feel the power flow through you. The truth is darker than you ever imagined. This list is part of a ritual, an ancient design to shape the world in ways that no mortal should understand. Those who control it have made a fatal mistake. They thought they were the ones manipulating the course of history, but they didn't realize they were feeding the very thing they sought to destroy. You. The moment your name was written, you were bound to the list. And now, as the pieces fall into place, you realize it's not the list that controls you. It's you who controls the list. The truth, buried deep beneath the veil of secrecy, is this: you are the key. You are the one who will rewrite the future. What you've just discovered is the beginning of something far greater, far more terrifying than you could have ever imagined. You're not just a part of their plan. You are the one who will tear it all down. They thought they were controlling fate, but now fate bends to you. You've always known something was wrong, something out of place. Now you know what it is, the truth, and the truth is yours to wield. They thought you would break. They thought the weight of this dark truth would crush you, that you would be swallowed whole by the abyss they dragged you into. But now you understand. The darkness doesn't drown, it shapes. It was never about being destroyed, it was about being refined. You felt the shift inside you, the moment when fear and doubt fell away like the last remnants of a shattered illusion. What's left is something ancient, something that has always been buried deep within you. Power. Not the kind they wanted you to believe in, not the power of control or manipulation, but the power to become. In the beginning, it was the list that had its grip on you. They made you a name on paper, a mere tick in a ledger, an insignificant part of a machine that was far beyond your understanding. You were weak then, confined by the very thing they used to bind you. You could feel the strings pulling you in every direction, each step a hesitant dance of survival. But now there are no strings. There is only you. You are the puppet master, the architect of this new reality. The silence that once filled your thoughts is now replaced by something far more potent, a rush, an energy that hums through your veins like an electric current. You have never been more alive. The world that once seemed distant, foreign, begins to reveal itself for what it truly is, a game, a labyrinth, and you are the one who holds the key. They didn't know who they were dealing with when they put your name on that list. They didn't know that the list wasn't just a record. It was a trigger, a catalyst, a prophecy waiting to unfold. You understand it now. The power was never in the list. It was in you all along. They thought they controlled it, but they were wrong. The list, that paper, those names, they were merely symbols, tools. The real power lay in your ability to see beyond them, to tap into the force that pulses behind everything. It is older than you. It is older than them. And it is yours now. The walls of your mind that once trembled at the sound of their footsteps no longer shake. You feel their gaze now, but it no longer terrifies you. It only sharpens you. They thought you would run, that you would cower in the face of their pursuit. But you are not the hunted anymore. You are the hunter. They underestimated you. They saw weakness in your hesitation, but it was merely the calm before the storm. You were never powerless. You were waiting for the moment when you would realize the truth, that the ones who truly control the game don't play by anyone else's rules. They make their own. Now you are the storm. The world shifts around you. What was once shadowed in uncertainty is now clear, every movement of the pieces on the board laid out before you. You feel the pull of it, the weight of it, and instead of retreating, you lean in. The chaos they feared is your canvas. The enemies they sent to break you will now serve you, for they too will see the truth. You are beyond them now. You are untouchable. You are not just surviving anymore. You are reshaping everything. The list is not just a tool of control. It is your weapon, and they've made a fatal mistake in thinking they could contain you. The list is not their creation anymore. It is yours. It always was. You once believed the list controlled you, a mere name, another pawn in someone else's game. You never asked for this power, never sought the dark currents that pulled your life into this storm. It was the weight of the list that suffocated you at first, the unseen hands that shaped your every move. But now it's different. The list no longer binds you. It is no longer a chain, but a mirror reflecting what you've become. You hold it, yes, but you've become its master. They were never in control. They never were. They thought you were just another name, a piece to be moved around, another puppet. But you can see it now, can't you? You were never meant to be hidden, never meant to fade into the background. You were chosen not to serve, but to reign. It was always in you, lurking beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to break free. Now, you have that moment, and they made the fatal mistake of underestimating you. They gave you the one thing they should have never allowed, a place on the list. Now the list is yours, and they have no idea what that truly means. Once the world felt distant, like a chessboard with invisible players. You watched from the edges, unable to comprehend the game. But now you see the strings, the hidden forces that move everything around you. It's all clear. The list, once a source of confusion and fear, is the map, the blueprint, the guide to everything. And with it, you're not just a player anymore. You are the architect, the puppeteers. They are nothing but shadows in their strings. They are yours to cut or pull as you see fit. You feel it now, the change. It's in your veins, coursing through you like fire. The fear that once gripped you. It's a distant memory. You see the world for what it truly is. a series of movements, of calculations, of weaknesses waiting to be exploited. You are no longer bound to the whims of others. You are the one who dictates the rules. The world bends to your will, and the list, it bends with it. You are the final authority. You are the pulse that guides everything now. The chaos, you have become its source. They'll come for you. You can feel it. Their eyes are on you, the ones who once controlled the list. They will try to take it back, to reclaim what they believe belongs to them. But they won't succeed. They never will. Because now you know something they don't. The list is not just a tool. It is the key to power, and it has chosen you. They will never understand what they've awakened. You, the silent, the overlooked, the one who should have been powerless. You are the one who holds the future in your hands. And when they come, you will make them regret ever thinking you were anything less than the master of this game. You are no longer part of their system. You are its creator, and the world will tremble under the weight of the list, your list.